Well, hello there. Things are just not great, really. You'll find within this video that my microphone sounds basically terrible. It's on its way out, it seems. I'm trying to get a new one, but at the moment, no joy with that. The best bit of audio you'll probably hear was recorded with my phone. Also, now speaking, OBS won't open, and I mean won't open. On an attempt to update it, it decided that it would close and then not open again. You know how Doki Doki would do that thing occasionally where it would open for a split second and then close? You had to keep trying. Well, OBS is doing that, except it never actually opens, regardless of what one tries with different versions and reinstalling and restarting and everything like that. I cannot actually get OBS to work on my computer. A new low for something that was showing promise only recently, but had previously caused me so many troubles. This, in case you're wondering, is being recorded off my old recording method, QuickTime, which means it's just going to be a lot more restrictive. That's why we've got a pan and scan aspect ratio that you're seeing currently. And so basically that leaves me unable to do anything except for cobble together some sort of mishmash of everything basically going wrong. And there was me thinking that after starting a degree course in basically video production, I might be able to get the hang of it. Morning, afternoon, evening. I'm saying it in a deliberately stilted way because it's been such a long time since I've last said that, and it just doesn't seem quite right to me to go back into it with a verve as if I've never left saying it. I wasn't actually going to be doing any of these videos, but something was rather brought to my attention that takes the form of a collab. I didn't know what it was, except I had actually seen it before, but that wasn't the reason that I found it quite so exciting. The actual reason was found within the menus of the game. Such little things that brought simple joys that made me really want to look into this collab. Ah! What is that? Oh, that's really nice. It's a little thing. And I love a unique location. That's great. Great start, to be fair. I guess we, oh, look at that. Oh, hang on. Can we do that again? Can we do that again? Oh, yes. I might do that once more. Hang on just a second. Oh, I like that. Okay. Just once more, I promise. But, oh, that's smooth. People sometimes wonder why I like these little things. The little things don't take much effort to improve and change, but when you do, it brings relevance to an element that's already there that wasn't sparking much joy, and now it can spark joy without all the thinking and development that goes into creating a new thing for the game. You've just made one tiny little thing better. Merc Storia, how is that clipping still? That is ridiculous. I mean, the gain is on nothing. I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. Go away. I don't like you. You're being unreasonable. Do I really have to treat you like a child and move you so far away just so that you don't clip like a little so-and-so? This was apparently a JP-specific collab for quite a while and has been there a number of times. And so I have actually enjoyed parts of Merc Storia in my past. And now we're going to be enjoying it in an EN sense. There's loads of purple levels, and I've no idea how many stages there are in each of them. Merc Storia Mystery is a timed score stage with restrictions. What are they? Normal, special, and rare. Yeah, that really doesn't suit slot 4 at all, does it? I'm going to have to do some thinking then. Into this first level with some unholily ridiculous strategy. But it's fine, you know, we'll just have to hope that it's fine. We've got some exciting people, and they are running in a stop-motion-y, slightly jagged way that's quite enjoyable to the eye. We got 9384, and that was nice and easy. And to my surprise, despite there being so many purple stages, this continues. There's a lot more sort of complexity than I anticipated. Is that gonna do? That's probably not going to do. That will probably do. Jizo and Manica Razor will probably still be fast enough. A lovely background, if I may say. Very colourful, little bit square, almost Terraria-like, I'm thinking, but I guess with more clouds. There's a lot to be excited about, isn't there? Only 3,000 or less. Slot 4. That will be fine. Oh, lovely sort of purple cherry blossom there. That's very nice. An exciting looking bow and arrow character has been defeated and replaced by some even more exciting character brandishing red swords and danger. We're being repeatedly slowed and we're not really denting them. Rokat's doing a decent job as a tank, it seems. Yep, it survived that knockback there. The clump ever increases, but I think we might have got rid of its main difficult component and we've just got some spiky boys left to defeat. I'm not sure that they'll be as worrying as Blade Girl. I think she's just a bit more terrifying than you lads. And there we go. We've defeated that. Well, that's more extensive than I thought it would be. Crikey, I probably should have spent a little bit longer on Merc Storia. And it's got star stages. Oh, crikey. There's a lot to be doing there then. Well, let's move ourselves on to what's still new. I refer myself to all of this new. We've still got 6 new things. This one is also time score, but this time is not a restriction stage. Alua, let's put out Fila Maglev, which has found some prey. Unfortunately for the prey, it just gets walloped in completely one shot, and it seems everything is. This first stage is nice and simple. Cornelia, Heaven's Grace. Sounding a little bit Evangelion-y, isn't it? Wabam! Oh, they instantly make me feel sorry for them when they die because they have these most pained expressions where their eyebrows just sort of move to... You see, look, the eyes, they just... Oh! It makes me sad that I've killed them. We are now being lightsabered by Mentori and then a sort of magical archer with voluminous hair behind it. But no, the birds have multiplied. We might have to rethink what we're doing there. There's a nice good shot from Luxury Bathtub there. Going to slow them so we can get another one in. I'm just going to save at this point and hope for a nice lucky Aber Harmut shot. That is the aim. But will it be realised in practice? Yes, it will be. Good stuff. Okay, that's them dealt with. That's the archer dealt with before it could take another shot. And now we've got some oyster shell people with yellow rings of death. Oh, and a musketeer. It never stops. This is expansive. This is... Ah, another new character. But they're just gone. Healer's Journey is next. Huh, magical person. We'll let you... Oh, that was probably a mistake. I was just going to give them a nice little head start, let them start, but they've really taken that and multiplied by quite large numbers. Oh no, it's okay. We're one-shotting them, that's fine. You go, Jizo. You just cut down these innocent-looking creatures. You awful person, Jizo. It's another archer type, full of dangerous archers, this game. Far more formidable than the Battle Cat's form of archer. Then there's some form of necromancer-looking fellow. They're all very nicely designed, though, these. You can tell they're nice and high definition. You could probably just keep zooming in and, you know, just like pixels. I mean, I should actually know how sort of screen science works now, so I probably shouldn't just be saying things like, just like pixels. Terraphobic defeated, a strange bottled girl lies next. You call that running, do you? I mean, someone is floating just behind you and they're going faster than you. Pathetic. Surprise, Peach Devils! Bah! You thought you had a clear path to my base, but apparently you don't. Looks like you've lost. Double Erasers, Jizo, and Peach Devils seem to be doing an absolutely cracking job here. We are not being provided with massive loads of difficulty like they were before, but I say that just as some sort of kawaii Gatling gun owner appears. Subjugated Cats. One of those satisfying levels where you just have an absolute load of enemies and you defeat them all really easily. It's just very satisfying watching them all come to try and defeat you and all fall away in a cloud of spirits. Look at the state here. Odd socks. Pull yourself together. I like the attack animation of that archer. No sparkles, no extra graphics, just a bow and an arrow. Very convincingly put. Oh, we've got some angry spiky people. The purple-haired one was in my JP account, and I tell you what, that jumpy thing was a cost-effective unit, and it jumped on things and had like a general effect on them, like Glass Cat before Glass Cat. Pretty revolutionaire. It's a little bit faster, these types. Look at them. What are they going to do? Oh, they're going to sickle me with some purple. Well, you try and do that, but I reckon you might be roundly defeated. Oh, Gromit. What's going on here? Floaty restless dragon. Gosh, like Bahamut on several cups of coffee. What's going on here? Who are you? What are you? You're making me clip again. I've checked my gain. It is on the lowest possible. The knob will go no further, as it were. 300-yard strike. What have we got inside the oldie angry mouth of destiny? I mean, I hope that's not destiny. Ah, there we go. Look, some magician archer types and two very fast spiky types. Oh, dragon face. It's lively, isn't it? I mean, crikey. Just seems almost a bit un-battle-catsy because of how lively it is. A city aflame. The first 10 seconds tells us little. Jizo be good for the Dark Doge at the start. Anything anti-floating for a decent price? No, not really. Okay, then I will stall instead. Just have a few Jizos in the background and a nice constant stream of Manica Razors. That gives us a nice opportunity for upgrading of Worker Cat. The floaty spike is defeat, and we move forward swiftly towards the base, perhaps more swiftly than we would have liked, but we've had a decent build up. And City of Flame. Maybe it's like a Smaug type dragon then. The dragon is still alive, but in a position that makes it unlikely to affect us. There's a little bit of stuff building up next to it, but at the moment that stands only one unit. Okay, there is a boss wave, there's more stuff, and there's a dragon clump. This is the more insane part of it. Let's get our anti-floating out, and we've also got a Meg Aphrodite in attendance, and thank goodness. Hang on, let's see that again, Shadow Gal. Let's see that again. Oh, lovely normal type units. I do honestly dislike the concept of enemies introduced into a collab having their own brief and elsewhere unused enemy type. I feel like it adds a feature into the game, but not one that's well tied in or well used elsewhere. It's like adding fat onto the end of the game, expanding it unusefully. The only thing I can think to compare it to is perhaps Minecraft Redstone, where when people are actually good at it, as well as understanding it, they're able to compact it into a small space. Adding different enemy types increases the amount of space and makes it inefficient at being a system of enemy types, I guess. I am grateful to see that these are following the normal enemy rules of, I assume, floating and normal type. We've done quite a lot here, and there has been a lot to experience. It's been enjoyable, and that probably would have been nicer if I'd have joined it earlier on. I was a bit reticent to do so because I joined mid-collab and it just felt like I should miss it out and jump onto whatever was new afterwards. But it's actually far more enjoyable and expansive than I accounted for. And there was an event stage, something about a peculiar debut alternative. Welcome to Saintly Sister Merciless. Crikey. This is chronologically my first greeting in an absolute age, and it is within this level here that I have recently completed with the help of Stream Chat. But this time I need to be doing it all by myself, though not really, because obviously the strat's not mine, but in the sense of there being no advice that I can turn slightly to my right to read. No, this time I need to get it done in order to get the drop from the level, which I will get if I had the treasure radar on. We're going to need to get some stuff moving, I reckon, after this next attack. And we'll put out tank there, maglev there. We really just need to be pushing forward a fair bit. And I think with this little gap, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the attack, send in an A Bahama. Oh, Squirrel puts a little bit of a stop to an attack, but we do get an attack in there. So at least there's something. And it manages to get another one, I believe, though it might have been on the wall doge. So we'll just wait for that attack. We'll bring out Slapstick Cats for the Squirrel there. How soon before the attack do you think I can put a Manica Razor out before it will die during the attack? Well, let's find out. That's fine. Should be making decent progress by this point. Unfortunately, things do keep getting destroyed, but actually during the stream we found it surprisingly easier than I thought it might be. I mean, my first attempt that just didn't go very well at all sort of gave the wrong idea of how difficult the level actually is. So let's send in Bahama. Unfortunately a little bit later than I would have liked, but we're going to get some form of attack in, which is good news. And Maglev does manage to attack there. A Bahama stays alive, which is the important thing. We get a very important thwack on there. Do we get a second? Yes we do, because we got another knockback. That is excellent news. It's into the attack up phase. Oh, okay, good. Another knockback there. Does set back my timings a little bit, but I just need to adapt to it. It is always a good thing that we're knocking it back. And yes, success. Hurrah. And there we go, victory. Do we get the drop reward? We do. Excellent. That'll allow us on to the next stage of our adventure. Let's see what happens with these awakened stages in the few minutes left. We meet ourselves in a forest. It is Odd Socks again. Right, let's deal with that with Jizo and get the worker cat upgrading. We're being lassoed this time, but luckily the lassoers are actually behind the base. So, not anymore. Oh! It's a cat form of the thing that we've been seeing with its Toto. Well, let's put an end to its reign of power, however short and however slightly insignificant. We're going to break out Peach Devils and see if we can do some plenty damage to it. I mean, things are sticking around more strongly than I thought they would, but I don't think that they're going to pose a huge problem to us. I think we're probably going to be alright because we can get Meg Aphrodite out now. Surprisingly strong, these units, for an expert level stage. That or I am just so out of touch that I'm just completely unable to do anything. Look at them fall away, but yet the cat and Toto remain strong despite a Shadow Gao hit. There is some definite strength to be found there, but it will not survive another Meg Aphrodite shot, and surely now we will approach upon thine base, destroy it, and move on to whatever the next stage holds. It's the Gatling gun types. Let's just let them appear a bit closer so we don't get fired at from both of them, and then we'll just break out Shadow Gao and some meat shielding around it. Things are falling away pretty quickly, thank you Shadow Gao. We're going to get some Peach Devils out as support and use this as a nice, relatively easy opportunity to get the worker cat up to max, because actually, money, money, money. Right, we've got loads of stuff, uber carry-tastic stuff going on here, but of course there's more because it's an insane stage. We've hit the deploy limit just as the dragon, the cat form of the Toto thing, comes out, probably even stronger than before, and starts to lay waste to us. I'm just going to keep my meat shielding up, as I probably would have done anyway, and hope for the best, because with this strategy, as is with all of the strategies I make for myself that I enjoy, it doesn't really have much nuance to it. I'm just sort of tapping everything that I can when I can. Even Paladin, I mean, why not? There's a nice depth of characters there, loads of them at different ranges hitting us in different ways, but most of them are now at such a depth that they lie behind the base, and I think it's going to be fairly easy for us to just obliterate the base. In fact, below 10,000 at 0, it's a victory. We got Healer's true form. I'm not even sure if we have Healer, but I'm sure that's great. Let's move on. We haven't got long left, but I'm not absolutely sure. We're at the beach with a short distance between the bases. I'll do one worker cat upgrade then, because if something comes out as a surprise, we don't want to be ill prepared for it. So one of you out there, I reckon Jizo is still the best way to deal with these, to be fair. Jizo seems to have just about enough range and packs a nice little punch. We'll probably get rid of it nicely and easily, and that's level 5 worker cat. Okay, there's another single unit, so we'll just keep doing the Manica Razor and Jizo thing. We'll bring another Jizo along to the party as another unit joins, but for now, nice, oh no, not nice easy upgradage. It's Pigeon, and I tell you, there have been issues between me and Pigeon when I tackled the 3-star of where there were lots of lightsaber Mentories. To replace that misery, thank you for doing so, a fantastical rolling thing holding a cat. I mean, that's basically just brilliant. It like gets inside its bin, rolls along in the form of like a cat cake, but then it springs out of its bin again, holding a cat, and just like destroys you. That is a lovely attack animation. I mean, it's out there, but it is exciting and it's vibrant and enjoyable. But you know what else is enjoyable? Victory. Ooh, I like this background. I like it very much. Cautionary eraser while we look around. Lovely sort of cracked ground. Sort of, I don't know, like it's a sort of horse race thing with the things along the side. Lovely trees, like a Mediterranean evening scape in the autumn. But we've got the exciting bin left to enjoy the sight of, so let's briefly divert our attention to that. Cyberpunk was probably a poor choice. It's already shooting around the outside of the bin. Well, let's just try and keep it stalled as far away as possible. It is dead. Probably then make our way through the lovely treescape to the My Eyes After My Night's Sleep base. Oh! More bins! So many bins! Cyberpunk has done a good job, but I just desperately want Shadow Gao because I feel like that's the only thing that's going to freeze all of these in enough time. Please be correct. I'm hovering over the pause button, and yes, It was close, but glorious destruction fell upon the bins. Let's bring about some more stuff that usually brings about rains of destruction, and that is Meg Aphrodite. We'll bring out Ramen as well as the 2 erasers, and hopefully that will keep us protected so we won't need to spend more energy on trying it again. I'm glad I've got Area of Effect, because if I didn't, this stage would be never-ending torture of things coming after things and just about subsiding and surviving, but never making any progress, because, I mean, how they're not hitting their deploy cap, I don't know. Right, okay, we're on the base with our glorious reign of destruction. Now there can only be so much bin action, because I reckon we have enough strength to just push forward and brute force the base into destruction. And you know what? That'll be pretty good. I'll be pretty happy with that. And it is indeed done. A victory on this one. Merc's true form received. So Merc is the bin. It's a story about a bin. Well, it's Garbage Cat, really, isn't it? 5 minutes left to do TT Awakens. We're going to break out the old speed up for the first stage. The slow runner's a bit quicker now, finally. Break out Peach Devils as well. There's the Seat of Power, as I think I will now call it, because it is. I mean, the stuff around it is flimsy, but this one a little bit stronger, but I'm sure we'll be fine with what we've got here. Tis, after all, only a veteran stage. And I've seen that unit as well. My JP account must have just been littered with Merc Storia. I remember using the unit with a sign. I mean, not to as much positive effect as the enemy is using it on us, but I do remember it. Finally, TT Awakens, insane. In a true Regit stream moment, we're going to be waiting for energy live on air. 149, 149, 149, 150. Right, okay. Our attempt lives or dies on this one. We can't go out and try something different. And I probably exceeded the 10 seconds where I could have added a rich cat. So let's hope that this stuff doesn't advance on us too quickly and we'll have a chance to build at least something up. The dragon seems a lot more imposing now that we don't really have funds to be doing anything about it. It is actually quite worrying. I'm just going to minimise on the meat shielding so I can get out Meg Aphrodite. I was thinking Cyberpunk, but then I'm just completely screwed if they move within his range, and Meg Aphrodite is less likely to let that happen. So I'm just going to put out all the meat shields that I have and hope that Meg Aphrodite lays waste to them. No such luck with the first shot. Shot 2, what will that bring to us? It brings a knockback, but no death. We are still worryingly low on our monies, and stuff is getting worryingly closer, and still nothing dies. I've got to hope for some kind of lucky shot, Meg Aphrodite, where just everything is completely destroyed in the next shot. No, we knock back the dragon, but now things are just too far forward for us. I don't see a way out of this. And they're just right next to her now, so all we're hitting is the dragon, so we'd have to hope to kill that. And I feel like that's the main boss, but we've been knocked back. They didn't really want to do that to us. Yes, that means Meg Aphrodite's been damaged, but it also means that stuff is within range again, which means a little bit of monies. Let's bring out Cyberpunk to keep them in stasis. I think that's the most sensible thing, and luckily within that we had enough monies to bring out Cyberpunk anyway. It was looking a little bit hairy and a little bit scary, but actually I think we're going to be alright now. And here we pretty much go. Okay, no, it's stronger than my countdown could allow for. That is the last of the difficult clump in the more difficult Merc Storia stages. This marks the end of our journey to completion of these stages. Not fully, unfortunately. I had some star difficulties left to do, but nothing I can really do about that. As I said before, I should have started earlier. But if I have these units, I've got their true forms. And there it is. Gone. Like my ability to stream. I apologise if this has actually just been quite a bad video, especially after being away for such a long time. You might expect me to come back with some rip-roaring success, but unfortunately I guess things sometimes just don't happen like that. And this, if it serves anything, it will serve to tell you that until OBS can be made to actually open on my computer again, I won't be able to stream or realistically do anything. I'm just going to try not to think about it, because actually we've been having such good streams recently, and that's just been put to an end. Quite heartbreaking. I and the unhappy bags under my eyes will have to be away now and bid you wistfully a goodbye. What are you smirking at?